Let me ask you this. Do you remember that stuff that they were putting out saying Bernie Sanders couldn't get non-white voters? I remember this. I distinctly remember this because at the time I thought to myself, I'm non-white. He's gotten me. And I could see a lot of other non-white people at his rallies. He seemed to have gotten them. I remember Tom Perez told Hillary Clinton or sent an email saying that you should tar Bernie Sanders as the white candidate. And tarring him as the white candidate, you will make him radioactive for non-white voters. This is amazing. Someone with the last name Perez essentially trying to run a racist campaign against Bernie Sanders. The wild part about this is it was nonsense, but it stuck. And not just stuck, the media ran with it. And the media has kept that trope going to this day. To this day, they kept this trope going. Take a look at this article from the New York Times to make my point. This is, just so you know the article, I put it at the bottom. Always put the articles at the bottom. Sanders and Warren meet and agree that both are probably running. All right, fair enough. And they have a bewildered looking Sanders. I don't know what Elizabeth Warren is whispering to him, but Jane Sanders better watch out. Right here, this part is interesting. Since running an unexpectedly competitive race against Mrs. Clinton and becoming a global sensation on the political left, Mr. Sanders has exalted as the Democratic mainstream embraced central elements of his message, including his call for universal health care. But he has done little to broaden his political circle and has struggled to expand his appeal beyond his base of primarily white supporters. Look at when they did this, just so we're clear. This was December 13th, 2018. Well, today is the 16th. 3 days ago. Who wrote this? Who wrote this? What is the name of the individual that wrote this? I don't see Jonathan Martin. So Jonathan Martin wrote this 3 days ago that Mr. Sanders has not been able to broaden his appeal among white supporters. Interestingly enough, look at this. This is a CNN poll. We'd like to get your overall opinion of some people in the news. As I read the names, please say if you have a favorable or unfavorable opinion of these people, or if you have ever heard of them. How about Bernie Sanders? Look at this. Women, 56%, that's pretty good. White, 47%. Non-white, 58%. What the fuck? This guy just told me that he hasn't been able to expand beyond his primarily white supporters. But CNN's poll is showing that his non-white support outstripes his white support. Wow. And to put a final point on it, everybody else that's in this polling distribution, Bernie Sanders beats them. Joe Biden comes close. 56, not close enough. Everybody else is in the dust. Hey, what about Elizabeth Warren? No, 29%. Oh, who is Elizabeth Warren? Who is Elizabeth Warren? Who is she? What about Kamala Harris? She's African American. Oh, 24%. Even worse. Even worse. She has a darker tint and she still can't get the non-white vote. What about Cory Booker? Cory Booker goes black. Oh, 22%. Even worse. Even worse. He's out there saving people, but for whatever reason, can't necessarily get support among his own community. What about Beto? Who is Beto? Who is Beto? They don't even know who Beto is. I just want to make this point. I don't mean to bathe in this guy's ignorance. I mean, but you're pushing a trope to your readers that CNN, at least in this poll, completely obliterates. Look at Bernie Sanders, a fucking superhero with regards to the non-white voters. Can we put this nonsense to rest? Favorable opinion among non-white voters, 58%. Among white voters, 47%. His non-white support outstripes his white support. And yet, the gray lady is still pushing this nonsense that he's struggling to expand his appeal among his non-white voters. I'm sorry, whatever your name is, you're a clown. And you need to up your game, Jonathan Martin, because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. At the very least, based on this latest data poll from CNN, as opposed to just pushing the nonsense that you guys have been pushing for the last few years. This one is not going to be long. By the way, I want to have a patron appreciation show tomorrow. Let's set that for 2 o'clock Eastern time. I'm in Berlin. It is bitterly cold here. Now, when I got here, because it was bitterly cold, I wanted to take a shower because I've been traveling for 7 hours. It's been all day. On a very tiny train, or at the very least a train car. And so I was looking for the most brute force way to to warm the apartment up. So what I did was, they had a stovetop, so I cut the stovetop on. I turned it on max. I took my shower. I come back out, there's smoke going from that room all the way through the apartment. This presents a problem because there's no vents, there's no anything. The only thing that you could do is open the windows. Now, which brings up another problem, because the moment that you open the windows, it's going to get freezing fucking cold in here. Which means that even though it did warm up the apartment, gold star plan, I love it when a plan works out, there was a secondary consequence that was unforeseen, that there was some kind of dust or something that was on the grills, and when that thing heated up, it essentially created the smoke in the house. So there is a smoky smell in the house, in addition to it being fucking freezing. Fucking irony. The irony. That said, Martin, where did the smoke? I didn't go with my baby. Where did the smoke come from? I think there was some kind of dust or something that was on the grill plates, and when I heated the grill plates up, I think it burned it. It just kind of created the smoke all throughout the place. Yeah, the stove. Yeah, pretty much. Riding the metro. Yes, ish. I took a train from Warsaw to Berlin, and then took another took another train from Berlin to Potsdam. I missed my other train. When I got off the train, I had to take another one, and I didn't know what the hell. I was looking around. I was like, I don't see my train. Isn't it ironic? Yes, isn't it ironic? Typically from Greece. Oh, is that what it is? Fair enough. Blarney said, the people are still this clueless, should worry the hell out of you. Blarney Sanders. The people. Come on, Bob. Come on, be fair. They ran a political hit piece on Sanders that he couldn't get the black vote. It was a political hit piece, and the media just ran with it. That's what I'm saying. What is it about the Democratic Party that you find so appealing, Jamal? Bernie equals Democratic Party. Bernie Sanders is not a Democrat, D. Martin. Just as a point of fact, just so we get our facts straight. I was about to say Blarney Sanders, fucking Bob. Bernie Sanders is not a Democrat. Jamal, put the uncut videos on Patreon. I like the extended conversations. Vortex, I will do that. I was going to ask my patrons whether or not they wanted that. I wasn't sure if it was even if it was something that they even wanted. Maybe taking calls and then put the entire video on Patreon. That might be a thing to do. Yeah, I was considering that. I didn't know if people cared about the extended conversations. I know the people who are here, who are live, care about them, because otherwise you wouldn't be having them. But they keep telling us he's not a Democrat. Yes, and I am telling you he's not a Democrat. Dingo ate my baby. Not so sure if I would vote for Bernie as a Democrat. Definitely if he runs as an independent, dark roast lefty. Dark roast lefty, you and Bob are going to be at the polling stations when Bernie Sanders is running against Donald Trump. And whatever you're saying right now, all of that is going to go away. And you're going to pull that lever of Bernie Sanders. and you're going to walk away and you're going to feel good about that vote. Maybe not Bob. Bob or Mercer may not feel good about that vote, but you're going to feel good about that vote. Russian bot. Bernie panders independent party status is just part of a show. Oh, you guys are horrible. You guys are horrible. He is what the Democrats pretended to be. He is what the Democrats should be. He is what the Democrats should be. You can heat up the apartment, but it's still cold and smell like smoke. No one ever is to blame. America's first 5 presidents were, on average, 28 years older than life expectancy, and the heir of Bernie Sanders, when elected, will be 3 years older than the current rate. Yeah. I don't care. He's a show so commie. I mean, he's cool, though. Kevin McAlpin. Fair enough. All right. I'm going to end this. I don't want this one to go too long. I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut this, and then I'm going to upload the entire one for people on Patreon. JT, there's numbers on how Justice Democrats spent the money. You should take a look at that. Is it? Good looking out. I will do that. I will do that. You're essentially supporting another round of Hopi change. Come on, D. Martin. Be fair. Be fair. Okay, be fair. Are you honestly telling me that you think Bernie Sanders is the same person as Barack Obama? Is that what you're really saying? Is that the argument you're making? I understand. Like, you can make a case that says Bernie Sanders essentially gave in to Democratic Party establishment. Fair enough. You can even say that you don't like the fact that he bent the knee in the previous primary, running with the Russia story and all that other stuff. Fair enough. But he is not Obama. I know, but your argument is that he is the same person with the hope and change stuff as Obama. And I'm saying there is no way you can go with this idea that he is the same person as Obama. Come on. I mean, Hillary Clinton keeps saying that the man is not even a Democrat. I mean, yeah, come on. Bernie Sanders is out there calling for universal health care when Obama wouldn't even bring it up, wouldn't even give a public option. He's out there browbeating corporations. He's out there talking about expanding education and Social Security when Obama was literally trying to cut Social Security. So come on. I think Nancy has done a good job, Bernie Sanders. You guys are brutal, man. You guys are brutal. Will you become a political atheist if I pull off a 2016 betrayal against Jamarl? What is a political atheist? I don't know what a political atheist is. Howard Dean talked a good game in 2004 too. Howard Dean never considered himself a socialist. Is that fair? Now, look, you can even make an argument that Bernie Sanders is not going to be able to get accomplished what he wants to get accomplished because the Democratic Party is going to stifle him as he's trying to do it. You can even make that argument. Was Richard Nixon an environmentalist? No, Richard Nixon was not an environmentalist, but he was terrified those people were going to come and get him, and the force of movements and labor and so forth. They bent his hand. He felt like he didn't have a choice. Fedora tipping intensifies. Fedora tipping. Yeah, pressure. Yeah. Political pressure. Look, if what Sanders is doing now is a testament to what he would do in that office, you would get somebody who would be in that bully pulpit, using that bully pulpit to try to affect political change. That is not something you got with Obama. That is not something you got with any of the other Democratic hacks who've run for the presidency. I think it is a disservice to try to say that Bernie Sanders and Barack Obama are similar in their political temperament. You can attack him in all sorts of ways. I don't think that attack is I don't think that's fair. Oh God, there's no one I know more capable and better prepared to leave our caucus than Chuck Schumer, Bernie Sanders. You guys are hardcore, man. You guys are hardcore. What do you want? He's a politician. Yes, he's a politician. Fair enough. You can find all sorts of quotes. He is a politician. I don't think of him anything other than a politician. So fair enough. D. Martin isn't attacking him. He's just showing actual quotes. Yes, but come on. The quotes have context. Like, he's using that in the context of, Blarney Sanders. I mean, keep in mind, they were talking about Blarney Sanders and all this other stuff. Real time dark legend. They're not similar. Barack Obama is a much better politician than Bernie Sanders, but Bernie Sanders' rhetoric will be met with reality just like Obama's. Yeah, but Obama never even tried. I mean, Obama was all talk. You can say he was a good politician, but that just means he was a better liar. I don't necessarily think that's a positive in the context to which you're using it. Bernie did say he can see Canada from his house. Bernie Sanders did not say that. He did not say that. Bernie Sanders is an oligarch. Stop voting for oligarch. Bernie Sanders is not an oligarch. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Bernie Sanders is an oligarch. Come on. Come on. Again, there are things that you can hit Bernie Sanders on. Fair enough. And I've hit Bernie Sanders several times on this channel. So fair enough. But come on. You can't say that he's similar to Obama, nor can you say that he is a typical Democrat, nor can you say that if he wasn't in that office, he wouldn't try to enact a particular agenda. You can say it wouldn't work. You can say it'll be stifled. You can say that he will, take political positions. Fair enough. But let's be clear and let's be fair when we're talking about what he would try to accomplish. Bernie rolls in the mud with oligarchs. You guys are hardcore. You guys are hardcore. We fundamentally disagree on the Bernie Sanders thing. We fundamentally disagree. But fair enough. I am fair enough. Fair enough. I respect all of your opinions, even if I think all of these opinions are somewhat insane. Merry Christmas. Enjoy your lump of coal. I know, right? I know. All right. I'm going to end this here. Let's plan for a patron appreciation tomorrow. Let's say 3 p.m. That's 9 o'clock. Yeah. Let's say 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Time dark is near tangent. Yes. Yeah. I know. Near tangent. Apologizing for Bernie's show with your host, Jamarl Thomas. I'm not apologizing for Sanders because there's nothing to apologize for. Bernie Sanders is a politician. I expect him to be a politician. I don't expect anything other than him being a politician. There will be quotes because as a politician, he aligns himself with the Democratic Party, even though he's not necessarily a Democrat, with the goal of trying to change and browbeat and cajole the party. So, fair enough. Fair enough. I'll end this here. I think you guys are a little bit too hardcore on this particular issue. But fair enough. Fair enough. I'll end this here. By the way, getting money out of politics. He also is serious about that. Like, the stuff that you guys push for is the stuff that he articulates. And the fact of the matter is, of all of the people in the political space, he's the one that means it. Whether he can articulate it, meaning whether he can do it or not, is a question. But is he a true believer? Yes. Yes. You guys are hardcore, man. I'll end this here. I'll let Bob be the last one. Can't wait for the Bernie Sanders autobiography. There's one born every minute. Bob, on the election night in November, you're going to come back on this show and you're going to say, I didn't want to do it, but I pulled the lever for Bernie Sanders. And just like an AA meeting, I'm going to shake your hand and I'm going to say, good job. An AA meeting is not the right thing, but I'm trying to come up with a welcome to the family thing. It is what it is. You guys disagree with me, but fair enough. I'll end this one here. Jackals is laughing at me because I'm saying I'll end this one here. All right. If you guys enjoy the content, please feel free to share, like, subscribe. You can always support through PayPal or Patreon. I don't like getting apartments because there are usually people around me, and I am overtly aware that if I'm doing a story where I am raising the volume of my voice, that it could be, disrupting somebody else. They have a curfew here at 10 o'clock. And we've hit that curfew, so I don't want to be too loud. So I think I have other stories. In fact, I had a list of stories that I wanted to do that I didn't get the chance to do yesterday. So I may be back. If so, I'll see you in a few. Thanks all. Oh, if you enjoy the content, please feel free to share, like, subscribe. You can always support the content through PayPal or Patreon. Even $1 helps. They tend to demonetize these videos constantly, which guts the funding of the video until it gets like 1,000 views. PayPal or Patreon helps. So otherwise, please like and share the video. Like it only if you like it. Don't like it if you don't like it. But like and share also. Thanks all. Bye-bye.